life, the bright lights, the type the crowd likes. Where you at, ballers? Ladies love me and men, they wanna be me, they pay to come see me. Where you at, ballers?
Lakers at Raptors, out of conference basketball. 7 o'clock, Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. A top lean in this game, under 231.5. This is the second matchup of the year, and we saw a huge total in Crypto.com on January 9th, 132 to 131. However, at that point in time, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and the Raptors were playing a much higher level of basketball. This is a Toronto team purely tanking to get a high lottery draft pick, and this total is telling us a story. That game did finish at 263, over 230.5, and now this is moving down at open to 229.5, indicating more defense will be played, as we've seen from some of these Lakers games recently on the road at the East. Buy the under tonight at 231.5, and let's cash this ticket.
Bucks at Wizards. Junior Brown back in with NBA Shot Clock on this Tuesday, April 2nd with another free pick. We're rocking with the Bucks team total over 120.5. This is more of a fade of the Wizards than it is really backing the Bucks. The Bucks are all over the place since they hired Doc Rivers. They're 15-13, just for context, under their previous coach, who supposedly wasn't good enough. After 28 games, they're 21-7, so they're not where they need to be. The thing is, if you look at Wizards' last 10 performances, there's 7 losses and 3 wins, and in those 7 losses, they have lost every single one of those games by margin. So to say that they're competing better than they were before, that's a slippery slope considering the fact that they only have 14 wins on the season. I'll give them this. Their defense has improved, but their offense has gotten worse, which is very difficult considering where they've been all season. The Bucks, meanwhile, are trying to get prepared for the playoffs, and this is a spot with 2 days rest where on the season they average 124.7 a game. So with the low team total, I feel like that's where the edge is. You could lay the 12.5 points, but again, do you really trust this Bucks team to take care of business considering what you've seen over the past 2 months? Personally, I do not. I much prefer to rely on their offense, which has consistently been top 5 all season. The Wizards are the worst defense in the league, so give me the Bucks team total over 120.5. Let's cash another ticket, y'all.
Thunder at Sixers, 7:30. Wells Fargo Arena in Philadelphia. A top lean in this game, Oklahoma City -5. This is where the Thunder should turn up their quality off a win in New York City in their previous game. This team did bottom out very briefly at home going over the last month, showing an uptick in their quality now versus a Philadelphia roster still missing principal aspect and top piece, Joel Embiid. This is a top line, and this is a heavy line for a road favorite. Oklahoma City not having been favored in Philly in years. Let the line tell you a story in this game. If you want to bet this game, bet Oklahoma City at -5, and let's cash this ticket.
Rockets at Wolves. Junior Brown back with NBA Shot Clock on this Tuesday, April 7th with another free pick, and we're rocking with the under 215.5 in this game. Two teams that defend at an elite level. Minnesota being the one true elite defense in this league. They've been the number 1 defense from beginning to end of the season, despite all the injury issues. They consistently stop other teams from getting comfortable, from getting into a flow. It has a lot to do with their pace, their size, and the amount of lockdown defenders they have on their team. Ant is a lockdown defender when he wants to be. Jaden McDaniels is most likely going to be on the all-defensive team. We already know what Rudy Gobert does, and that's just part of the equation when it comes to Minnesota. This is a culture thing. This is not a one-off. They've been building towards this ever since they got Rudy Gobert, and the cat injury hasn't stopped them from piling up wins. They're still competing for first place in the Western Conference, and it's all because of their defense. Now, I say all of that to say, as good as Houston's offense has been recently, last game against Dallas, we saw what they really are. And it's not to say that what they're doing isn't sustainable, but this change in style has more to do with pace than offensive efficiency. Losing to Dallas, by the way, is nothing to sneeze at. Dallas right now, as hot as Houston is, Dallas is actually the hottest team in the league who's starting to find their feet. I think that the step up in competition is the problem, or was the problem for Houston in the last matchup, and it's going to be the problem for them again tonight. I actually have a strong lean to +7 with Houston. I'm just afraid that because Minnesota lost to a team that's not under level at home in Chicago on Sunday, they're going to want to win this one in front of their home fans. And again, they're still in a fight for first place in the West. So give me the team with motivation to do what they do and play lockdown defense. And by the way, because Minnesota's offense is not that great, I do believe that Houston can keep them to a score low enough for us to sail under this total. So the official play is under 215.5. Let's cash another ticket, y'all.
Knicks at Heat, 7:30 p.m. Big time Eastern Conference basketball. The buy hat is engaged. A top official play, Miami -2.5. Third matchup of the year, finding Miami what they seem to do almost every season. Backdoor the playoffs. Miami is currently sitting in the 7th seed, only one back of Indy to get out of the play-in tournament, and crazily enough, only 3.5 games back of Cleveland for the 3 seed in a logjam in the Eastern Conference. Motivation is gigantic here in this rivalry matchup, and this is a double revenge game. The Knicks have beaten Miami twice in New York City this year. Go back to November 24th. A Knicks comeback at the Garden, 29-11 in the fourth quarter, not indicating much other than the fact that Jalen Brunson had some trash talk to him from a fan, and the Knicks turned up their quality in a game Miami probably should have won. Go back to January 27th, again at Madison Square Garden, 125-109. Again, Knicks a heavy home favorite. Now it flips with significance towards Miami. The Knicks are injured, and this is where Miami will turn up. We expect Miami to win this game on average by 8 points. The buy hat is engaged, a top official NBA shot clock on this Tuesday. Miami -2.5, 1 unit.
Spurs at Nuggets. Junior Browne back with NBA shot clock on this Tuesday, April 2nd, with another free pick. And we're rocking with the under 223.5. This is very much a spot play, taking into account that the Nuggets just played on the second night of back-to-backs. The Nuggets average 111 points a game. And as for the San Antonio Spurs, it's weird because as well as Wemby has played, they're still a very bad basketball team. In their last 10 games, they're 4-6. They've shown small improvements, but the major thing that I've seen over the last 10 games that they've shown is that they're figuring out their collective defense. They're only allowing 111 points per 100 possessions in their last 10 games, which is 10th in the league. This is one of the worst defensive teams in the league, despite the fact that Victor Wembanyama has a very good chance of making all defense. The way I see this game playing out, it's kind of funny that 111 keeps popping up. It's what the Nuggets average on the second night of back-to-backs. It's what the San Antonio Spurs average offensively versus Denver in 2 games. They're scoring at 111 points per 100 possessions. And on top of that, like I mentioned, they're only allowing 111 points per 100 possessions in their last 10 games. And of course, this totals at 223.5. So it's a very sharp number, but I feel because Denver just played last night and they don't need to exert maximum effort to beat this team, I don't see this number going over the total. So the official play here is under 223.5. Let's cash another ticket, y'all.
Cavaliers at Jazz, 9 o'clock in Utah. A top lean on NBA shot clock, under 216. This is the second matchup of the year, and these teams did play pre-New Year's in Cleveland. A bloated total, 124-116 Utah on a 227 line. Now the line is moving down with significance to 215.5, indicating a lower pace and a lower quality of basketball from a Utah team that is tanking. This is going to be a defensive battle, and this is where Cleveland really will turn up their defensive quality, physicality, and their pressure. By the under tonight on NBA Shot Clock, a top lean for every game, an opportunity to dominate. Take the under at 216, and let's cash this ticket.
Clippers at Kings. Junior Brown back with NBA Shot Clock on this Tuesday, April 2nd with another free pick, and we're rocking with the Sacramento Kings plus 2.5. My best bet of the day, a line that I don't fully understand. The Kings don't really have any injury concerns that I can see. Yeah, this team struggled against the Clippers last time they played, allowing over 130 points. But here's the thing, that was like back in November when the Clippers looked like they could be a championship contender. Ever since then, obviously not back since November, but ever since the last time they played, the Clippers have gone from looking like the real deal to what they are currently, which is, to me, pretenders. Now, we all have seen scenarios where teams get into the playoff, flip a switch, and look completely different. Here's my thing and my main problem with this team. They look like they lack motivation. And I don't understand how that can be possible for a group of players that have never won anything. Yes, Kawhi Leonard is a multiple-time champion, but I'm not really talking about Kawhi when I say a lack of effort. This is permeating throughout this entire group. This is an organization that has never done anything. A group of players, other than Kawhi, who have never done anything. As a matter of fact, a group of players that have been mostly underachievers. Someone look at this team and explain to me how in God's name they are the 28th ranked defense since the All-Star break. Even if you want to say, well, what have you done for me lately? In the last 10 games, they're 27th ranked defense. That's horrendous. It is horrendous. It's the opposite of what championship basketball is, and I don't understand why you would be laying points with these guys going into Sacramento, who are only like a game and a half back of the Clippers, by the way. So this win means a lot to the Kings. Give me Sacramento plus 2.5, my best bet of the day. Just cash another ticket, y'all.
Mavericks at Warriors, 10 o'clock, Chase Center. NBA Shot Clock on this Tuesday. The buy hat is engaged. Best bet of the day, Warriors on the money line, minus 112. Both teams come into tonight's matchup scorching hot. Dallas on a dub 7, Dubs on a dub 4. Who do you buy? Who do you sell? You buy the Warriors here at home in the back end of the Western Conference playoff picture, where they will show upside and domination in a double revenge game. The third matchup of the year, having lost to Dallas already twice this year. Dallas did take care of the Warriors in the Chase Center on December 30th. A big win for Dallas, 132 to 122. A heavy line move towards Dallas on March 13th at home at the American Airlines Center, 109 to 99. Dallas minus 8.5. Now a big line move back to the Dubs at minus 1.5 at open, signifying motivation and, as I said, an opportunity to dominate. It is the best bet of the day. NBA Shot Clock on this Tuesday. Warriors minus 112, 1 unit official.